That the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but they see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business too humongous, you would think that happens in there. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, this ain't on the man. Facts, bro. Facts. Lot of haters. Tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stats, yo. Woo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. Going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Going mainstream. do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it. If you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. But when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it.
From the start, you my bunny, I'm your clock. From now to eternity, I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. Yeah, this don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and out with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the...
Okay guys,
Alright.
hello, we are back again with a new installment of CSGO
Right.
local scene over here.
Alright, so I think we are going through something that's pretty new at this point of time. I think your mic, yeah, production, you gotta put your mic closer, you know, get it real up and close and personal.
Okay.
Yeah, alright, so we're
Okay.
talking a little bit,
Yeah, so just an intro
right,
to this.
correct.
We are doing this little season 1 of Training
Right.
Grounds. Just a little bit of an explanation. Training Grounds is actually a community supported training arena
Right, it is.
for the players here locally and overseas, if there are any, to come and train and just try some new tactics, make
Right.
some new friends, make some new rivals.
Right.
Yeah.
So a little bit more about the event. It's by the community, obviously by Proving Grounds itself, and it's for the community. So if you're interested in showcasing your talents, showing what you can really do and do a certain amount of damage on the opponents in the local scene, you want to prove yourself, you're looking for sponsors or sponsors looking to pick up certain teams, this is definitely the platform that's available for them. So
Yes,
we'll be holding a couple of games every week. So this is how we're going to do it. It's not really a tournament. It's more like a showcase match itself, right? Exhibition match, right?
Yeah.
So we have quite a number of lineups today, and we are having Avalon versus Axylum, rather Avalon.Devious versus Axylum.
Avalon.Devious,
right?
yes.
So on the first map, it would be Mirage, and it's actually Devious pick.
Yeah, it is Devious pick.
Right.
So I would like to talk a little bit about Axylum here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, these guys are one of the more bigger teams.
Right.
Yeah, the rest are mostly 5-6 man squads. They have actually 12 men.
Right.
So
So
they have split themselves into two.
Right. So obviously a very huge team, and this gives them like a really good lineup. I'm
Yeah.
sure some of them are pretty talented. We have heard of the team name Avalon before.
Yes, definitely.
They have like other teams in the past, and I think quite decent results from here and there. Yeah.
Yes. They have quite mixed results, and then they have actually won a few tournaments here and there. They're doing a lot of online tournaments as
Oh,
I've been
definitely.
following.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm very happy that they have decided to actually come and help me out on this and actually join this community tournament. So props up to all the players here and
Right.
everyone who's joining.
Right, and obviously it's a good time for those in the squad itself. You mentioned it is a 12-man squad, so
Yeah.
it is good time for them to showcase whether they deserve to be in the starting lineup.
Yes, yes, and it's very nice because they can actually try many different lineups. They
Right.
can sub in a player, and they won't be like, hey, we're short of one guy. Oh my goodness, we can't play that tournament anymore.
Right.
So they can just immediately fill in. So
Right,
yeah,
and obviously most teams will have second or third backup plans or strategies in game. They would like to test out against the local scene. They want to know what they're up against, whether or not
definitely.
certain strategies will work, certain rotations, certain picks and bans. So this is the absolute perfect ground for all these teams to try it out, not only for the
Yes.
players but teams on certain levels.
Yes.
So I think most
Yeah,
of the teams are already in the
our
game, or rather these
yes.
two teams are pretty much ready.
So the
We'll announce the
teams
lineup we'll announce the lineup once we go into game, but as for now, let's jump right into it. So on the side of Asylum, or rather on the side of Avalon, I do believe it is DVS, NIF, TSICV,
Left?
and Rico.
Yes.
Right.
No, it's Germ and Rico.
Gem and Rico.
Germ.
Alright, and on the side of Asylum, we do see Alan, we do see Raystar, we do see Hash. Is it Hash or
Cammy?
Hash? Hash? Cammy and Sky.
Sky.
So all these names are quite familiar, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, a lot of them are making their
Yeah,
rounds through the
correct.
local circuit here.
Right. So we saw a couple of this team, or rather these names, back in, I believe was a few months ago, where they had the Asus ROG Masters, and some of these teams were actually participating in it.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Avalon as well. Actually, Avalon has participated in the ROG Masters.
Right. They have, and they did pretty well at the start. I mean, they managed to pick a few teams off. Unfortunately, they did not manage to reach their end goal of winning the game itself.
Yes.
But I'm sure this is the perfect time for themselves to to prove that they are a true contender in the local scene.
Definitely. So the players are actually
Right, their players are actually ready. They are still warming up. So let's
ready.
just jump right into game. Take a look at some of the, some of the lineups that we have. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so they are still warming up. But let's talk a little bit about Mirage. Mirage has been a map that has been in and out a couple of times, and is one of the community favorites.
Yeah, it's a really popular favorite as
Right.
well.
Obviously, having it used to be where a map is usually either T favorite or CT favorite. But I would say on Mirage and Cash, Mirage, most of the maps now are pretty much even, right? Whoever gains control of the mid, whoever manages to divert as much attention with from the rest of the map, and you can concentrate that penetration from the T side, you pretty much can get the lead going into the round. Right, so I think the players are still warming up. Yeah, and I would like to give a shout out to actually Game Asia for providing the venue itself for us casters, and this is where we're running. So if you're interested, you can head on down to Marina Square and check them out. They have pretty cool stuff and pretty cool gadgets, or rather gaming peripherals, and they even sell laptops and desktops themselves. So if you're interested in upgrading your gaming hardware and your tech, this is the place to go to. But let's jump right into the game. I believe players are pretty much ready.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to mention about them, Trevor? I mean, any
Okay.
of the players, or rather any interesting things you would like to mention?
Well, yeah, you have a few new lineups
Right.
for the Avalon.Devious itself.
Right.
Which notably would be A-Priest and Germ. They previously were from Candy Camels and
Right,
jumped
right.
over.
Right, now that you mentioned, they even sound familiar, Candy Camels. So these two pretty much are the guys to watch out on the side of Devious, or rather on the side of Devious, right? Or is it
Wow.
Devious?
And
Yeah.
Avalon here, Neff, with that beautiful headshot.
Alright, so bomb has been planted, but I don't know why I just mentioned exactly what you mentioned. So
And
They have infiltrated the A side over here. Very precise timing coming up from Devious to really break into the site itself. And this is, I would say, it's pretty much impossible for Cameo here to do much. And he does pick off one onto Nep over here. Will try his best to go through the boards on the upper side of the connector.
And he actually does this job. Actually,
Right.
what he's trying to do is get that money on
Right.
this round.
But he might be able to get a second one for his kill. He's under fire. Will have to try to go on the top. He's going to save, but he will get picked off. Will there be enough time to have a kill? Oh,
and they
and
make
just
it, though.
barely surviving over there. But yeah, that's pretty much quite a good round coming from Devious, and it should be a follow through from the next 2 rounds. Very good one. I think Devious over here did really well, I would say.
Yeah.
But who knows? You know, Axylum might have a good fight back.
So yeah, as you can see, guys,
Right.
this is the new panorama view.
Right, oh yeah, let's talk a little bit about this. You were introducing this mode to me, and I was really impressed when I opened it. It's so clean, so quick. But taking away Villa the King over there, and once again, Devious breaking into the site as fast as possible. We have one member over here, Hash, making pick up a kill, but will get picked off by Rico right in the shops. Cammy does get picked off, and it's once again a 4v1. So Raystar the only, or rather Raystar the only surviving member of Axylum over here. I think it's pretty much another round for Devious. I mean, I don't blame them. It is an equal round, obviously, for Axylum. I think it will be considered a winning round. Pick a Q over here. He does manage able to do so. Right. Oh, but he's trying to go for more, but he will get picked off.
That was a really good entry by Devious.
Right. Right, that was really decisive. I mean, they made the entry fast and very efficient also. They managed to pick off one of the members of Axylum in the connector, and that was the killing blow to them. And, you know, they don't have anyone to really watch mid for them, and so that made the entry into the B side a lot easier. But I think this is the part where they will split up, you know, get a little bit of information as to where the rest of Axylum is.
Wow, looks like Devious is going for a base over here.
Right. I mean, would you prefer to enter through A or B?
I'm a B guy. I'm always
right. I do prefer B side too, especially under the palace. But there we have it. German Apries both pick up a kill for themselves, and the bomb once again being planted in A side. And it's once again, yeah, a really efficient entry. But we get a kill over here. Billy the King managing to pick up a kill, and the other side of the map, Redco picking off Hash, and that's 2 consecutive picks off, or the pick off from or rather Devious over here. And Axylum, a little bit of duo over there. Cammy once again the only surviving member of Axylum. Well, this is a strong duo. He's on the pistol though, not exactly the best of weapon. Up against the rifle, will be a fair kill. He does pick up a headshot onto Nep over there.
Job well done.
Yeah, that's quite an important kill for himself. Will kick a double onto Villa the King. Will be able to survive here. Picks up the Mac 10.
More kills though.
Doesn't manage to close the deal to Red Coat over there, but that's 3 rounds for Devious, and this is finally the buy round for Axylum.
The damage has been done. Devious is looking pretty healthy, but they could do better.
Hopefully they do come back from here, but it's alright, you know, 3-0. They didn't give away a lot, and just look at the economy difference coming from both sides. Pretty much even at this point of time, but it doesn't matter because, you know, this is the buy round for Axylum. So we do see a slow push coming out of Devious, very different from the previous game. On the other side of the map, I do believe it is an op. We do see Alum here watching mid.
Oh, we have the slow push here.
Right, the slow push coming in from Devious. And you can see they're pretty much quite cautious about pushing in, but here we have a couple of kills being switched out from both sides, and the entry might be coming in from the B side, or rather we do already have one of the members inside, but Sky has no idea, and he gets blindsided by Nep over there. And we do see Hash over here trying to do the retake. However, the bomb hasn't been planted here. It does get a flash, but it's not completely flashed though. And Hash will get blindsided once again by Billy the King, and it's down to 3v2. But the bomb has been planted on the B side, so this might require a quick roundabout, or rather quick rotation coming from Axylum.
So many executions here.
Right. Oh, and that's a quick pick off from Alan over there on the air bridge.
That's a really painful round for Axylum
there. Right, they did a full buyout. They, you know, they bought up on Alan and they lost everything. But I would say that round was really good coming in from Billy the King. He did a lot of rotations, especially from not only the palace but also the nest, and that's where he managed to pick up 3 blindsided kills. So in that round itself, he managed to pick up 3 kills.
Yeah, I have to say, Devious has really good map presence over
Right.
there the previous round.
Right, they are really comfortable with this map. Obviously,
we have
this
the rush
thing-
here.
Oh, a rush coming on the A side is completely empty. Right in the middle, we do see Axylum having a
Jerk's gonna
push.
get executed right here.
We do see
But he takes one with him.
execution. And that's a pretty good, pick-off coming in from Axylum to manage to pick up a gun for themselves. But the bomb is with the A side. This is an equal round for themselves. Only Hedge on the AK. They will try to pick up a 3Q coming in for it. But then April will be able to pick up the kill from the Racer from the other side of the map. And they are all in A side, just locking this down so disciplined.
Okay,
Right,
Hash
this
is definitely gonna stick onto this
Right,
AK
definitely.
here.
I mean, it is an echo round for them, so they
They'll
don't
be
have to
looking
really risk
for
it.
whatever they can get.
Right. We just April over here watching from the sniper's nest. He does spot or rather Sky, if I'm not wrong. Sky does
Shot.
manage to pick off the kill onto Sniper over there, and that's it. So 5 rounds in a row for Devious. Very, very commandingly going into the first game of the day.
Yes, yes. This is their map pick after all.
Right. And you can see that they know, the map at the back of their hands, the rotations, the way that they want to go about winning this game. It's so dominant, right? They're not really giving Axylum a chance to rotate as fast as they would like, and they are really banking that Axylum doesn't have the economy to fight back. But once again, we do see a full buy-up coming from the side of Axylum, 2 ops and a couple of M4s over here.
Sky actually doing a advanced push here. We have the T's in apartments here, waiting for the right time. They're waiting for a golden time. Let's call the golden time. I'm gonna call it at 1:06.
Right, so 106 is the time to look for according to Trevor, but we do see a slow push over here coming in from Devious once again. Not really sure whether or not they want to do a fast rush. They are trying to break through the smoke, but Hash has the smoke right onto the palace.
Yes, they have entered the site.
And Hash does pick up a kill onto Bila, the kill king over there, but the rest of Devious is right into the map. However, the rotation coming in from Axylum does prevent the push though. 3 members, bomb has been dropped though, so Sky is the only one watching a B side right now. He is in the shop and setting up shop.
They're
Indeed.
not really sure yet though.
Right, they're not sure whether or not the rotation will be coming up, but that's a good pick off coming in from Sky onto Germ. And it's a 3v2, bomb has been planted though. And this should be a pretty easy retake for Axylum if they do rush this. Eleanor, they managed to pick up a kill, and that's 2
Finally
quick
get the
kills.
board, get onto the board here.
Right, that's a really, really good retake coming in from Axylum. They were in the 3v2 advantage, and they had absolutely good communication. Breaking the side together, and that's the first round for Axylum.
Yeah, that was a pretty good hold there by Sky.
Right. I mean, he was pretty patient. He managed to get a very good pick off. He smoked up the market, not allowing Devious to come around. Rather not allowing Billy the King. I keep saying Bila the King. Billy the King.
That is correct. Billy.
It's Billy the King. Yeah, Billy the King. But we do see a slow push once again coming from Devious. I think they're starting to not rush things anymore. We saw a rush at the start of the game, and it worked really well.
Oh, and we have Billy the King here over at underpass. He's trying to sneak up on people again right here.
Right.
And he's gonna meet Alan soon, really soon.
Oh, he should be, but it is right in the nest. But here we see Devious holding their positions as of now. A flash coming in from inside. Look at the economy from both sides. Oh, and that's a good snipe coming in from Bila the King to pick off Sky right on the sniper's nest. And that's a big loss. I mean, that's 1 op down. But they are making a slow push jump on the other side of the map. They need to pick up a kill on A-Star. And a second kill coming in from Bila the King.
And A-side is open for business.
And that's it. The site is open indeed. And the bomb should be planted. So there we have it. It's a 3v2. It's still very, very possible. And we do see Hash making a slow push on the sniper. But Raidco over there is just picking off right in his face.
Now it's all down to Cammy. I would say he has to go for those kills right now.
Right.
And maybe forfeit the bomb.
That is indeed
Yeah,
what I was suggesting, right? I was considering whether or not Cammy should be, you know, just saving this gun. But you can see he's trying to go for the sneaky pick over here, but
Not gonna happen, bro.
he tried the sneaky defuse. However, April over there not making a mistake. Was it April that picked up kill? No, it was Reiko. So Reiko not making a mistake over there to pick the kill off onto Cammy, and these 6 rounds are really important for Devious. Obviously on the T side you want to get as many rounds as possible to take the pressure off going into the CT side.
Yes, that's right, that's right. So we have a full eco coming from Axylum here. They are actually holding their positions here.
Right, and obviously they are holding the A side right now.
Wow, Reiko very aggressive here. Going into the B side. He spots one. Is he gonna take that shot? He should actually do a wall bang.
Oh,
And he misses.
And Billy the King, the first of Devious to break into the map, and this just opens up the whole of this side. This should be an easy round for Devious, obviously. Asylum on the eco. And there we have it, Billy the King, obviously showing who's boss on the side of Devious.
Raster is actually looking for some kills here. Someone is definitely gonna get caught, but looks like Avalon's not really hunting.
Right, you can see over here. Oh, Raster!
He gets shot.
What a mistake over there. I mean, that was a
just
sneaky kill,
bad
right?
positioning,
That
though.
was, he was pretty exposed right at the connector over there. But that's alright because this should be, or are they still going for another
and we
eco?
have Cammy going with the swag 10 here,
Ooh.
trying to earn some pocket money.
Right, I do like the I do like the idea coming out from Asylum. They're trying to be very, you know, efficient in their spendings. Obviously, using quite a lot of rounds in the early part of the round, alright, early part of the game. Real hurt a little bit, but we do see Cammy with the efficient Molly stopping the push coming up on
A little
TV.
bit of damage here on red.
Right.
Quite a bit of information. He hears the 8OP as well.
Oh, and
Ooh,
Alan
and
right
he
in
gets
the
that kill
middle of the
there.
map. Or not the middle of the map, in fact, it is
On
in
the
the
cold
market.
Zera spot.
Cammy
Oh, and
being
Cammy
really sneaky.
trying.
We
Oh,
will
he
pick up
gets
a
one.
kill. He does manage to pick
Get
up a
the
kill
second
onto
one,
Germ.
though.
And the flash will be a follow-up, but he doesn't though. He's holding on to the swag though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cammy can feel it in his bones. There's someone is there.
Oh,
he
and
gets taken out.
Apris with the pre-scope. Or rather
Yeah, that was
pre-positioning
a
over
good
there.
trade though.
Right, that was a good trade.
And
He does manage to pick up a kill over there. And that's a good round for Asylum. Slow pickoffs coming out from the side of Asylum to close out this round.
Really great kills from Alan there. Cammy at least getting that money. Yeah, he's opting for the swag 7 again.
Right, who knows, Asylum might just come back right this round like how Croatia did against England last night.
That was very right. You never know.
Right, you never know, the ball is round, right? So in CS the map is square. Did that make sense? The map is square.
Most good maps are square.
Right, the Molly once again coming in for Silent to stop the push onto B side. But Asylum, or rather Avalon is, Devious is positioning themselves in the mid. Raystar getting bullet right in the connector over there, and we do see the push coming in from
Trying to do
Devious.
something sneaky, gets caught out. Billy, he's just loitering here at underpass.
Right, he's so sneaky when it comes to, being in the mid, being a scouter, and there once again. My oh my, this spells a lot of trouble for Asylum because this is the second full buyout round for themselves. But they will have the economy to go for cheap buys if they want to. I do believe it will be an eco.
It has to be an eco.
Right, this is the perfect time for a timeout if they want to call it, but it seems like they are confident going into the second half of the game.
I want to see Asylum do something gutsy and like maybe rush cave or something. With
Yeah, I'm absolutely supporting that. Obviously a lot of action will
have
help
it
us.
here. But just 2 people even it up. No firepower there.
And that's a free push once again. Yeah, it's a free push once again. Going into the A side. And this is going to be a hard retake for Asylum. They are in the eco round.
Oh, and no, it doesn't
Oh,
connect
that's a quick kill coming in for Avalon, or rather Devious. And that's quite a dominant round win, I would say. Sky only with that, CZ. Not much he can do at this point of time. Perhaps pick up 1 or 2 stray kills, or rather from Devious if he is lucky. But
might
Doesn't
get
seem
caught
like,
out here.
yeah, it doesn't seem like Devious will be heading towards the palace
Yeah.
itself.
No money for you, Sky. Go and try and get 3 kills though. He's
No,
gonna
but he
hold
will
on to
back
that
off,
CZ.
right? He will back off for this. So this is a perfect round coming in for Devious. Managing to skip all of their economy and not giving away any kills
Yeah,
going into round
Devious
11.
Just
Right.
asserting their dominance here. Just teaching these boys how to play on Mirage.
Yeah, I do believe, and Billy will look at top fragger at this point of time. I would say Asylum are doing pretty well, but they're not able to close out the round as efficiently as Devious at this point of time. We do see that Asylum has racked up quite a number of kills for themselves. It's just that they're not able to finish it, you know, they're not able to get across the finishing line, and Devious is very, very effective in doing that exact job that I mentioned
Yeah,
of.
it looks like they need to play some Mortal Kombat.
Oh, finish him! But here we have Devious going into the B side. It's a slow push this time round. And I think Asylum is pretty prepared for it. You can see it's a 4v4 going into this.
Over at B. They have some 6th sense here.
And never look.
Execution comes in.
The volley over there onto the truck, but this is a violent break. They're not giving Asylum the chance.
Nev with 2 kills there. Wow. So messy. That was a great kill by Nev. Can Cammy convert this though? They're gonna play some coconut tree catching.
This is unexpected. You can see Cammy going around the market trying to spot out where Neff is. They have no idea as to where either of the side are. Oh, they're just side by side. They're looking in the same direction, but Nep over here will be able to keep kill onto Cammy. That's a precise kill.
Wow.
Use the D game word. Right.
Well.
So the D. The D did the job. Congratulations to Devious. And that was a really important round for Devious because they had a full buyout and Asylum were on the eco. So if Asylum managed to win the round, that was a really, really big, huge win for them. But unfortunately for them, like I mentioned, it's not that they are lacking kills.
We have Asylum with 3 8
Right. It's not like Asylum aren't getting kills, right? It's just that they're not able to finish the job, like I mentioned previously. You know, they managed to pick up 4 kills for themselves, but not being able to close out the round. And this is starting to hurt Asylum. You know, as each round progresses, they are losing a lot of economy. They're losing the momentum. They're allowing Devious to bully them right in this map.
That's right, that's right. Wow, this is a really slow round coming from Devious.
Right, it's really uncharacteristic of them. But, you know, they like we mentioned, this is the map of their choice. They know this map at the back of their hand. And going into round 13, no one can argue that they are the better side right now.
Yes, they are. They could be trying something new though.
You mean on the side of Devious?
Yeah, on
Yeah,
Devious,
they could be
might
trying certain rotations. We saw, you know, Billy ducking being the rotator over there. Oh, but we do see a lot of them.
When they just enter the side like
Right, they are just forcing their way into the A side, and they will do so. Bomb is safely planted. I will assume an Asylum will have one heck of a retake. That's 3 ops right in the palace itself. Connected. Cammy managing to pick up a kill onto Redco, but this is exciting. It's a 3v4, and Devious still holding their positions. Very disciplined, and Nev, it's a 1-for-1 at this point of time. And Sky and Cammy. Sky, very unfortunate
Just
over there to
Cammy.
get picked up by Nev.
Yeah, he has to go there. Oh, he's going to go for the kill there.
Oh, and that's a good flash.
Ooh. That was a
Cammy
good
1v2.
pick
Will be able to
Oh,
get the
and will
second
we
wave,
get
we
the
get
third
an
kill?
ace.
Oh no, he doesn't! That was a valiant effort from Cammy here.
He tried his best, but unfortunately he does get shut down over there.
And Nev walks away with his life as well.
So once again another round for Devious. Oh, I think Billy the King changed his name.
Yeah, he was probably calling out to Redla. Redla is also another player in our Season 1 training grounds. I believe he's playing for...
Is he playing for another team? Oh, but as we speak, Neb with a quick kill on the sky over there. That was a cheeky, you know, push coming in from the CT side. But a nade over there to pick up Cammy. And there's 3 quick kills coming in from the side of Devious.
And D's just empty. So it's all up to Ellen and Tash. They have to get a few kills here to rack up some money to buy some stuff next round.
Right, if you look at the economy, you know, you can see that Asylum is very hurt at this point of time. And I don't want to say, you know, I want to be kind to Asylum, but they need to get their act together at this point of time.
Making a lot of noise here. Will he catch Hash out here? Hash.
Oh, he does spot though. Hash taking quite a little bit of damage over there. And April will finish the job. Will close out round number 12 for Devious.
Okay, this is the last round. They have to just
Go for it.
go for everything.
Right, it seems like Asylum is picking up. And that's 4!
AWPs. My goodness.
Is this a Hail Mary? Or is it the fact that they just want to spend all their
They
money?
won their last round. Yeah, they could be.
They go out with a bang.
Literally. Oh, and no business for you, Alan. They're all in apartments. And will Hash will be the man for this round.
Right.
Can he do a Colzera here?
Oh, and the
And
flash
he
will
plus
come
one.
in.
No, he misses the first shot.
He
And
gives up the
here
position.
they come into the site.
And he will get picked up by Nap over there. This is a quick entry coming from both sides. And Devious managed to pick up 2 kills on the side of Asylum. However, it's down to a 4v2.
For everyone. Racer, the only one with a rifle. Can he make this count? At least get one more round on the board for Asylum.
I'm not sure whether he's able to do so. He's up against 4v1.
And Neff just sneaks behind.
Right, so a really good round coming in from Avalon over there, or rather Avalon.Devious, to pick up the first half of the game in such a commanding lead. 13-2. But like I said, you know, the round is not over. The map is square.
The map is square.
Right, so we head into a small little break
No,
for the teams.
yeah.
For the teams. This
Looks
is a
like
small
the
little break.
teams, maybe formulating a plan.
I hope Asylum has a backup plan, you know. I hope they go into a timeout so they can really discuss as to what went wrong for them.
Yes, that's right. Asylum, they should have done a little bit better as CT.
Right,
I think they might have tried a little bit too much.
absolutely. I know. I would say Asylum were doing really well in the first half of the game. They were managing to pick up a lot of kills, and that hurt, you know, Devious in some sorts. But you can see that Nap over here is starting to carry the team so well. I think he was Billy the King. Billy Dunking. Yeah, he changed his name to Nap over here.
No, he changed his name to Redless.
Or Redless.
Yeah,
Alright.
well.
So Nap slowly raking out the kills over there. Both of them, you know, really stopping the push coming in from Asylum whenever they wanted to do so. And Asylum just did, I wouldn't say they did poorly, but they not managing to close out the game really hurt them.
The execute over A is on the way. This guy making his way so far into base to catch one. But Red Cole just holding his position there, doing so much work with his USP.
And Sky, the only remaining member of Asylum over here. Oh, silence. Will Sky be able to manage to pick up the kill? Unfortunately, Devious does manage to close out this round, and this is match pause. I don't know, Asylum. I think it's pretty too late at this point of time. You're gonna have to equal this round, and this means that Devious will have their full buy coming in to round number 17. If Devious do manage to pick up the round here, this is gonna cost Asylum so much. I mean, it's so hard for Asylum at this point in time to come back. I am rooting for them, but if Devious do manage to pick up this round just because they managed to do a full buyout, it's going to be really hard going into the third round, because this means that Asylum will have to do a full buyout and come back, you know, 15 rounds consecutively just to pick up a win. And we do see a match pause coming in, but who's the man of the match right now? As in, who is
right
going
now,
to right here?
Obviously
Obviously, we do see, you know,
Neff in the commanding
right
lead here.
correct.
But
Are they switching in? Is that a sub?
no, that isn't. No, that is not.
Right, so I think we saw a sub coming in from
I don't think
Devious?
this is a sub though.
Don't worry, viewers, we are as confused as you are. But Devious has done quite a good time. Or Devious, not good time. What am I saying? I want to say Devious has done quite a good job going into the game itself.
Having a good time.
They are having a good time, obviously, looking at the scoreline, 14-2 in such a commanding fashion, and not really allowing Axylum to have any say in this game itself. But I would say Axylum did a pretty good job so far to stop Devious as much as possible.
Is gonna go for the fast push. They have to get at least 2 kills here to open up the side.
And Reiko managing up a kill. And they're getting flanked from all sides. This is really, really bad for Axylum at this point of time. And Cammy and Sky.
And such careless play over there.
My oh my, this is match point for Devious though.
Well, Axylum has to do some kind of Hail Mary here.
Right, this is a full buyout. This will have to be a full buyout for Axylum. You can see the SSG onto Cammy over here. Where the rest of the team are just going to buy whatever they can afford at this point of time.
Oh, and Devious is going for the safe play, going for the farm assist in case they lose. Which we will see.
Right, we do see Devious over here. He's going to get as much information as from Axylum as much as possible, and a blind shots coming from Sky right in the middle of the connector over there, but Cammy managed to pick up a kill.
Scout kill.
And we see the boost coming in from Sky. He will drop the bomb, the Wavy managed to pick up the kill, he does! And this is a 4v2.
We have the A side though. But no, they're going for B.
Right, this is a good rotation coming from Axylum. Right.
Looks like, I'm not sure if it's luck or they actually read the map. Oh, but we have Sticky there. He gets taken out.
It's down to Apris. If Apris gonna do a giveaway. So we do see Apris right in the sniper's nest over here. I think he's just going for a save, so lucky for you Trevor, no giveaway at this point in time.
I was actually gonna give you away.
Oh. Oh. That escalated quite quickly. I'm shy, Trevor, I'm shy. But we do see Cammy over here trying his best to find out as much information as possible. He's trying to hunt down Apris, not allowing him to save, but Apris is pretty safe in the sniper's nest. Oh, he's pretty cozy over there.
Oh, he hears so much, bro. He's gonna get 1 kill, I believe. No one can challenge.
Oh, and he does pick up a kill onto Raystar over there. So that's quite sneaky coming in from Reiko. But then again, you can see, Devious did really well, like you mentioned. They were going for the safe option, going for 4 farmers instead of doing a full buyout. So at this point of time, they are quite healthy in terms of economy to manage to buy out as much as possible this round. You can see there's 2 M4s. So neck to neck compared to Axylum, I would say they're losing out on much except for Apris, or rather, except for Germ on the CZ.
Oh, we have the passive play.
Redless over there picking up the kill onto Sky while the rest of Axylum are doing a slow push.
We might see an entrance here from Palace. Hopefully it goes all the way in. The rotation for the bomb is coming. Oh, and he spots him out. And he's gonna flash himself. Well done.
This is definitely not the start that Axylum would have hoped for. They did really well in the last round. They won the equal and they managed to pick up a win.
Yeah.
But this slow push is starting to hurt them quite a bit.
Just holding this position here.
And they know, look at the rotation coming from Devious. Oh, they pick up a kill onto Germ. And this is pretty good for Devious. They have got them trapped into the A side. 2 members of Devious going down really quickly, but it's down to a 3v1. Reiko, is he able to clutch this round
Reiko coming
for
from
his
behind.
team?
Will he be able to catch them?
That's the first kill for himself. The molly from the side will be managed to pick off that kill, but he will get out just in time. Bomb has been planted though, and it's down to a 1v2. He has plenty of time. He doesn't have to rush this if he wishes to. He will try to get on top. Does he manage to pick up a kill over here?
Oh, they spot him out. He goes down.
So that was a weird round, I would say.
That was, yeah, pretty weird. It was a semi-buy from Devious.
Right.
Actually, I believe Axylum should have actually rushed it over there.
Yeah, they should have. They didn't have to make the round as hard as possible for themselves. But they still managed to close out a round, so, the comeback is still alive. The comeback dream is still alive for them.
Right. I want to see some kills kills over here with Alan's AWP. No one's gonna push you, bro.
Right, we do see Devious having a push over here. And Axylum just cleaning up over here by Reiko, managing to pick up a kill onto Sky.
Ooh, and A's open right now.
It's down to a 4v2. I don't think Devious has much of a chance over here in this round.
The backstep here by Neff. Oh no, and they were waiting for him. That was a good round by Axylum.
Easy, pretty easy round, I would say, coming from
Yeah.
Axylum.
So now Devious with the full buy here.
Right, but you can see that the pressure will slowly get to Axylum because as every round goes by, that match round is just gonna flash right on the screen at the start of every single round. That match point.
Oh, and we
rather.
have the push by Neff over in mid. One catches two. And that is that. Alan slowly creeping out. He hears a guy. Is he gonna push?
Alan over here being very cautious, but Devious I would say has the good. It is a one-way smoke though for the side of Devious, but you know it is still possible. But Devious is looking very strong going into this map. They are holding their sides down pretty well at this point of time, not allowing Axylum to bully them in this round of 21.
Oh,
It is the round they'll...
that's just carelessness right there. They should have just gone straight into the side. Ooh, that's a great shot by Alan. Will he get his third? He get his third. Will he finish this round? Oh, and he's not looking in the right direction.
It is a 1v1 though, and you can see that Neff is doing really well rotating, but he does get spotted out by Alan.
It's a game of patience here. Oh.
And that's precise coming in from Alan over there to close out the round for the side of Axylum. And I would say Axylum is doing really well going to each of the rounds, managing to pick up 3 rounds, I do believe. Is 3, oops, I do it. 3 rounds for themselves.
3 rounds.
Right, so they
That
have
was
the momentum
just
on the side.
bad timing for Neff. So let's see, Axylum beginning to gain some momentum here. And Avalon with the force pistol vibe.
Right, and we do see that Avalon.Devious.
Billy hears this right here. He gets blinded. He knows someone is inside the apartments here.
The rotation coming out from this side of Devious is pretty slow at this point of time, and Redless is all himself. He has that mini
Oh, and he gets spotted.
Will get nicked a little bit coming in from the side of Axylum, but this is still possible. You can see that Alan is just right at the top, not allowing any push coming in from the side of Devious. I mean, Redless is going to give up that positioning for the moment, but Cammy managed to pick up an important kill on the A-Press, and not only that, Sky will take off Germ, and the A side is open.
And we have Sky. Sky knows. Oh, and what? He gets caught with a grenade in his hand. What a way to go, what a way to go.
And I would say
And
Axylum
with the
is
backstab
Spencer
here.
right in the connector over here.
Sees one. Oh, and he's just gonna break the fire. He gets burnt. Billy, he gets taken out easily. Nice round to Axylum there. That was a weird round. I thought they were going over to B, but then they actually rotated back to A.
I would say that Devious are forcing the buys at this point of time. Every round they're buying out, and
it was all thanks to Sky there opening up the site.
right.
So he actually killed 2, and I believe Axylum was like, let's just go to A, there's no one there.
Right, you can see the Avalon.
Alan trying, he hears some footsteps.
Devious are trying their best
Will he get a
to
pick
be
here?
patient
definitely
as
gonna
much
shoot.
as possible.
No, he gets spotted out by, who's this? Oh, this Billy again. He needs to change his name back. Oh, and he gets forced to move out of that spot. This setup is really hard over at B side. They really want this side. All the flashes, all the smokes. But Neff. Let's see if Alan. No, it's all up to And one man with the 8 RP. Not gonna happen.
That's a perfect round coming in from the side
Wow. And
of a side, or rather, Devious. I don't know, man. I'm lost for words. I thought for a moment we will be able to see Axylum mount a comeback.
yes.
But unfortunately, you know, Devious were definitely the better side in that round. You know,
Yeah,
they
it
had
was
such a
their
commanding
map
lead.
pick after all.
They had such a commanding lead in the first half of the game.
Yeah.
They didn't allow Axylum any chance to come back. So, you know, I mean, I would say both sides did pretty well. It's just that, you know, Devious were the better side in terms of closing out the round. And that just gave them so much lead in the first half of the game that it almost made it impossible for Axylum to come back in the second half.
That's right. They had such a big lead in the second half, but I have to applaud Axylum for trying those what can I say, weird tactics.
Right. It was
Weird
pretty weird.
tactics.
I mean, they had a little bit of weird rotations coming in for certain rounds. Like in round 7, if I'm not wrong, they had a part where they had 4 guys in B, or rather 4 guys in A, and they did a slow push from the connector up. I think that was pretty
Yeah.
pretty
That was
ingenious coming from themselves.
Pretty
So
interesting.
unfortunately, they lost the round, but it's pretty exciting when you see local teams trying out stuff like that.
Yes, that's right. So we're gonna head to for a break for the
Right.
players, and we'll be back in a short while.
Right, I do believe the second map
The
that will
second
be
map
online would be
Is Inferno.
Inferno, right? So we will
So-
head into the short break at this point of time, but do stick with us as we go into game 2 really soon.
We'll see you soon.
I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make it shine. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah. Lions gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah.